When you first see this scene, what comes to mind? Hold up, not that one, this one.
That's the energy. Now push it out.
Now, in my personal opinion, one of the most iconic slice-of-life moments from the entire Buu saga comes from the scene where Gohan teaches Videl how to fly. And even though she struggles at first, she does eventually get it. And just like the Kamehameha, I know we was all trying this at home too. But after a bit of a further inspection, I realized this scene had a deeper meaning. A deeper meaning that really made me question, why did Videl and Gohan work so well together? So what's goody on hoodie hoodie? Is that Brothers in Miracle? And let's take a deeper look at the relationship between Videl and Gohan. To start this off, I think it makes sense to go over just who even are Videl and Gohan. Like, I know we know who Videl and Gohan are, but what exactly do these characters stand for? I feel like you can't exactly analyze two characters together without knowing how they work individually. So starting off with Videl, it's kind of clear we don't know too much about her backstory. We didn't exactly grow up with Videl the same way we did with Gohan, seeing him go from kidnapped bait to a cold-blooded killer. My nigga Gohan was getting his neck broken before Videl was even in school. And yeah, I know Videl eventually does get that work put on her, but y'all not telling me that Videl and Gohan went through the same things as a kid. With that being said, we do know two clear things about Videl. A, she's the daughter of Hercule and some random woman, and B, she be on that superhero timing. Pigtail Batman stay out here fighting crime, and she be really putting that detective work too. Like, she was on that accent trying to figure out who the Great Saiyaman and Golden Fighter were, and she was already suspecting that nigga Hercule was a fraud. It's also still hilarious that she literally blackmailed Gohan, like he was not prepared for the smoke. And I don't even blame him. Who would have thought that Sherlock Holmes would be on the case? But while we can see that Videl is extremely perceptive and bright, she also got a lot of status. Something that, if you haven't noticed, is almost the complete opposite of Gohan. Now, on one hand, we got Videl's dad, Hercule, who we all know, despite his public image, is a little bit of a fraud. And then on the other hand, we got Goku, who, you know, is Goku. But while Videl takes pride in being Hercule's daughter, Gohan literally can't. So when Gohan just pops up in her city, we can see where these two personalities clash. Gohan has once again seen some things, but now he's being thrown into this completely new environment where it's supposed to be normal. But for Gohan, what really is normal? Like, we can't forget that this nigga has not had a normal day in his life. And since Gohan's so focused on trying to be normal, when he's going to this high school, he's not necessarily trying to be a superhero or nothing, but also he gonna make sure he's staying on business. His heart that has developed through this whole entire series still speaks out and still wants to fight crime. So if Gohan gotta put on a goofy costume to do that, I guess that's what he gotta do. But on the other hand, Videl does not have this background at all. When your dad is the most famous man on the planet, and you are a public crime fighter, let's be real. Even if you're normal ain't everybody else is normal, you still don't gotta hide yourself like how Gohan do. But even at the end of the day, with all these conflicting contrasts, they do have a common goal. They both just genuinely want to help people. But I think just with the combination of how different their lives are, this really makes their relationship a lot stronger. In a way, they kind of remind me of Batman and Superman, you know? Like, Videl tends to be pretty moody and stuff, you know? She's pretty smart, she relies on her smarts a lot, and we just got Gohan over here being pure of heart, just trying to do the best. Real quick though, I do want to take a second look at this scene. I feel like at first Videl really just thought Gohan was just some lucky but, you know, privileged kid. Like, I mean, who can fly? Like, genuinely just fly. But after she experiences for herself how hard flying really is, she kind of think, hold up, this ain't as easy as it looks. And her just gradually taking looks on how hard Gohan's life actually is kind of gives her some respect for Gohan. And me personally, I just feel like this is one of many doors that get broken down eventually as Videl just spends more and more time with Gohan and just really understands how crazy this man's life is. But like I said, this is only the beginning. There's a bunch of character building these two have pre-world tournament, and I personally loved it. A lot of people hate on the Great Saiyaman, but me personally, I love that little Peter Parker Clark Kent dynamic going on. So seeing this coupled with Videl, as well as the rest of the time they spent together at Gohan's house, had already made me a fan of the two. But it gets real once we get to the Buu Saga's World Tournament. Videl got the buzz, and I'm already missing the long hair, but it makes sense, I guess. And our Z fighters are trying to fit in, but you know, some niggas are trying a little bit more than the others. We also get to see Videl's POV on the Z fighter's strength, which is something that I love in DBZ. That doesn't happen enough. Usually the only niggas who get shocked by power are other strong people, but just seeing regular people getting blown back by just how strong the even heavily suppressed Z fighters are is amazing. I low-key want to see more of this, please, Dragon Ball. After some teasing from everyone though, it's time to see the matchups, and boy oh boy Videl, you got no clue what you're in for. That was cooking at first, and I mean she was doing the best she could, but Kami have mercy they they did her dirty. This scene was just so gruesome. But hey, I'm just thankful that this is Dragon Ball, not Invincible. And while this is happening, Gohan is trying his best not to lose it. But I mean, my man hasn't had this level of intensity in 7 years. I'm surprised he ain't go beast right here, to be honest. But so far, regarding their relationship, we've established their individual personalities, why they clash, and now this moment brings up the sheer impact that they have with each other. Fast forward to post-face carving, and Gohan pulling up to make sure his girl alright. Her girl actually acts like a dad, which is a little rare in DBS, but it's also super in character for him. He's got that Mamba mentality in terms of being too stubborn to see that maybe there's some supernatural elements in this world, and even tries to deny Videl getting a Senzu beam. But ultimately, Videl trusts him, and dang, I guess that be hidden. But this is just one more aspect of Gohan's life that Videl's getting used to. First, the super strength, the literal flight, and now magical Senzu beams. Videl honestly had no clue how crazy Gohan's life could be, and as she gets more and more drawn in, we see that her curiosity combined with her good nature still wants her to be involved. Not just because of her natural fight for justice, not just because Gohan is intriguing to her, but now because her and Gohan mutually care for each other. And in my opinion, that is what makes these two characters work so well together. And I do like how they carry this out throughout Z. Not super though. I feel this was an assassination of character. She literally has zero feistiness. Matter of fact, she really has zero relevance outside of being the mother of Pan. Except the Barry Con arc, which I'm only just now remembering even post-editing. Can y'all believe it's almost been 10 years since Super started? But yeah, I barely remember this, to be honest, and I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm not even gonna rewatch this. So she could have been fine in this arc. I just don't remember much outside of her being super loyal. But yeah, after taking a second look at the Buu saga, I think we can come to the conclusion as to why Gohan and Videl work so well. And this surprisingly didn't even capture all of my favorite moments from between these two. So if y'all want a part 2 where I go over all of my favorite moments from between these two, a few of which I could have included in this video, but you know, I'm saving for this, go ahead and let me know in the comments below because I got you. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching this. And if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But with that being said, peace y'all.